Doubt is a theme that comes pretty strong at a certain part of transformation, inner transformation. When we start to unwind from the conditioning that made us who we think we are, the roles that we were taught to play, what to be good at, what to be humble about, what to be careful not to turn into, how to be strong if you were masculine, how to be beautiful if you were feminine. And on and on and on. When we no longer have that external guidepost, initially there's great freedom. There can be a huge catharsis and explosive, even physiological releases. And then after a certain point, it's kind of like you might have this experience taking a medication where at first it feels great. It's almost like you're a different person, you're transformed. And then the longer you take it, the tolerance, the body's used to it. Then there's this doubt, like, am I just the same old me now? Am I any better? Am I still free? So I get this question, like, if ego is a chameleon, how do I know when I'm really free? And you might notice where that question is coming from. The nature of doubt. What is the doubt attuning to? And the nature of doubt is the self-protection, right? This protective closing to this moment. Something is picked up on. And it might be very, very subtle. It might even be perceived as boredom or ordinariness or, I don't know, emptiness. But the flavor of it is, no, I don't want this. I didn't sign up for this. Where is the thing that I signed up for? Where's the catharsis? Where's the joy? Where's the exuberation? Where's the energy? Where's the bliss? Where's the openness? Where's the beauty? Where's the freedom of a certain kind? The flavor of that would be like pleasure and power and confidence. But I'm sorry to say that when you sign up for this awakening process, like, you're signing up for all of it. And the mind won't ever really understand, nor will the conditioning in the body and the emotions, the fact that what seems to be bad or undesirable is totally okay, totally welcome and quite beautiful. When it's really left to its own intelligence and beauty, wisdom. So you might notice, like, for many folks, this comes up like in a loving kindness meditation where you just don't feel open. where the pointings may be using words like warmth and expansion and forgiveness and grace and kindness. Like, but in that moment, if you're not feeling that, if the heart is hurting, feeling pain or feeling tenderness or feeling not quite trusting yet, if we try to pry that trust open, it's going to make the contraction even tighter. And if we just allow it, that contraction to be as tight as it wants to be, then we're going to notice that within the contraction, there's actual space. There's actual permission to have a wound for a moment or have some grief for a moment, and that there's love in that. It's not the kind of love that the mind was believing it to be. It's not the kind of love that doubt, which protects against certain expectations, certain kinds of threats that have been learned, has to kind of go through this acceptance that the doubt is there. Doesn't mean that the acceptance is passive, that, okay, now the doubt can take over and now I'm just going to be stuck like this forever. But no, the doubt is allowed to be seen. Oh, doubt is here. Oh, there's protection happening. Oh, there's something that doesn't feel okay. What is the threat in this moment? What is it tuning to? Oh, absence of joy. Absence of joy. That feels scary. Let's make space for that fear, alongside making space for what's here as it is, which maybe is a closed heart. And then the closed heart can feel free to be itself and know that nothing ever stays the same forever. And when it's ready to open, it will open. Oh, hi, birdie. Oh my gosh, I want to turn on the camera because there's a beautiful blue jay that just landed, but now she's gone. What was I saying? Nothing will stay the same forever, even what I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, let me see if I can. No, I can't. She's like puffing up her chest. That's so cool. Nothing will ever stay the same. So even this moment is shifting, and where this talk is going. And now I'm realizing that I'm almost out of battery, so just to come back to that question, if ego is a shapeshifter, how do I know when I'm really free of it? It's kind of a setup for perfection and imperfection. And that in the moment, if ego or doubt or some identity thread comes in, then it's not up to a you. You didn't create that identity. When it's ready to fall away, it falls away. And when it comes back, it comes up. And you can notice. It might be obvious just in how the body feels contracted or numb or empty or tight or heavy. Might also be obvious in the sense of seeking. And I don't just mean spiritual seeking. I mean seeking pleasure, seeking pain, if that's familiar, comforting in its own way, seeking conflict, seeking escape, seeking freedom, spiritual freedom, certainly. Like, that can come. I'm not saying all forms of seeking or noticing or attuning to life are bad or good or lead somewhere or we need to ignore them, but that seeking energy will come up with doubt. That there's an identity leading the seeking. I'm the one that needs to get there. I need to get somewhere else. And when that plays itself out, there's no one that presses pause. It's just done. And then what's left is the freedom with whatever's here. However it might be. Right now.